Hi, good afternoon, it's Dawn here. I'm in Stickleton and I'm down in the polytunnel. I've just been, oh yes, excuse me, I'm having a really bad leak day today. Went for the MRI venogram scan yesterday and it sort of knocked my head for six a bit today. So yeah, so between sleeping and leaking, I'm trying to get a few jobs done. Anyway, this is week 3 of dealing with our food mousing, and I've been having a sort out down here in polytunnel number 1. Let me switch the camera around so you can see. Right, this has been ongoing progress all week. Yeah, it has taken me, I can't believe, a week to get this sort of tidied up and back on track. I've been clearing out the squashes. They're now hanging up in the other polytunnel. I've got some of our winter lettuce planted. I've got the first of the mushroom beds on the go. Well, this is actually what is in here. We'll do both mushroom beds. The other mushroom bed is there, and this is a mixture of well-rotted horse manure, straw and some gypsum, and it's all been soaked. It's covered with plastic underneath this black membrane. Covered it with black membrane to help it warm up a bit, and give that a few weeks, and then it will be divided between the 2 beds and the mushroom spawn can go in. There's some more winter lettuces there down the middle of the asparagus. Now the asparagus has been cut back. I've got no asparagus, I know, in this top corner. So in the spring I'll be on the lookout for small asparagus plants to finish filling this bed, and by then all these lettuces will be done. We've still got lots of tomatoes coming on. These tomatoes have been absolutely fantastic and a really nice big size, and if I step back a bit you can see they go right up into there, but we're getting lots and lots of tomatoes coming off them. Yeah, so then I am really pleased with those ones this year. The grapes have now all been picked, and the last of the grapes have gone into the pigs. I've got some sweet peas here which I'm going to be collecting seeds on. There's still a few sweet peas in flower, but they're just coming to the end now. But I'm going to collect some of the seeds off of these. Got a set of self-set watercress which I'm leaving to grow on the path there. These tomatoes, not so impressed with. These are the Majorcan tomatoes that Martin really wanted us to grow this year, and they've been pretty pitiful actually. Let me just jump across my watercress. I have put some rocket seed in this end of the lettuces. The experimental rice beds. Right, the experimental rice beds, which haven't yet seeded, they just haven't had long enough really, so I think I'm going to end up not getting anything off them this year. But where there is crinkles, I did notice the other day, I can't see them now, but there was crinkles in the stem, and that's a sign. Oh look, that one there is just starting to produce its rice grains. So what I might do with these beds, this bed's a bit further behind, I'm going to put some insulation around the beds and give them a bit of protection. And oh look, there's another one there. We've actually got some rice growing, which is really nice, and just see if we can get some grain off them, if nothing. But it was just very much an experiment. The ocker, now if nobody's come across ocker before, that's these, and they produce tubers under the ground, and they're harvested in the middle of winter when the foliage dies right back. So they're a nice, they're quite, you can have them raw, grated, you can add them to stir fries or whatever, roasted, and they're a nice little tuber. Still got some aubergines, baby aubergines coming on. So we've not yet had a frost, so I'm not taking them up. We've still got peppers there. I might see, she says, but there was peppers there. I might see about trying to overwinter some of them. Yeah, there's one pepper there, but I know there's a few more hidden underneath the leaves there. So I might just see about trying to overwinter some of those. Where I'll overwinter them, I don't know. So anyway, this polytunnel is now being given a good tidy up, and it's coming, yeah, it's starting to shut itself down. So so that's what I've been doing this week, is sort of trying to work my way through all of this, and it's been a slow progress. We started pulling the carrots here outside. There's some really nice carrots we're getting at the moment, so that's quite a nice little bed of carrots. This bed is still waiting to have something done with it. Onions here, which will be, that needs weeding out, but we have got some onions there which will be ready for the spring. There's a bed of leeks down there still waiting to be harvested. The cinnamon yam, I never really do anything with it. It was one day I will dig it out the ground and actually see what it's like, but I'm quite happy for it to grow up. And I've got there's some nice big leeks here which really need to come out. This grapevine was in the corner of the polytunnel, and it's one we took out because I had too many grapes growing in there, and I just popped the root in here in the hope it might do something, and it has. So my plan is to train it up here and to train it over this arch. So that's what's happening out here in this bit. My next plan is at some point we will get round to tidying up the fruit cage. We've got more onions here, which again will be ready to harvest in the spring. I've now cleared up the last of this year's onions. These beds have been cleared out, so they're ready to be weeded. More sweet peas there to be cut away. This polytunnel, which is the cooler tunnel with the mesh bottoms, we have got kale here, and there's still a nice cabbage there. There's some beetroot. I've just taken up some beetroot for tonight's dinner, that was further down. There's a little pak choy there. This is the Rumenska. I don't know if you can see that in there. A little Rumenska broccoli. And I'm quite excited about these because they're actually forming heads. You can see that, but it's like a little pyramid head, which has got, let's take him out. I'm not having you munching on my broccolis. Can you see that? So yeah, so it's my first time of growing these, so I'm quite excited about these. I've been going around picking a few of the cabbage white caterpillars off plants. And we've got some sprouts here which are ready for picking. We've got some Swiss chard, spinach. I've just been clearing out all this bit here, so this has all got to be dug out now. There's some lovely cabbages there. Now the sweet corn, it did really well this year. We had some fantastic sweet corn, and then with the later cobs coming on, unfortunately when they were ready to harvest, as they've now gone past their best, when they were ready to harvest, all of these ones here, I was actually quite unwell and we weren't able to get them harvested. All the ones at the top got harvested and we ate them. The plan for all of these ones was they were going to be canned up, but of course it didn't happen. So they've all gone over. So now these are all getting fed to the pigs, which means we've got no sweet corn to put by. But I've got a plan on that one. This was my sugar cane, which has turned out to be sorghum, I think they call it. But it's quite pretty. I've got a row of celery at the back there that needs weeding. The squashes are all up here. I've got some sunflower heads up there as well. The squashes are all up here, being left to ripen off. And in fact, I have got a squash there, which has gone past its best, so I need to give him out. And yeah, put that one down to the pigs as well. So anyway, we'll head up to the house and I'll tell you what my plans are for this coming week. Right, we're back in the house now, so I just want to show you what I've got going on the boards and what we've managed to get done this week. Right, let me flip the camera around. First off, I'm prepping, as you can see, to get some pickled cucumber done. So that will be another video that I'll get done later on today. Right, in the fridge, yeah, as you can see, it's looking a lot better. We've got lots of tomatoes and peppers there. I have got another recipe that I've come across to use them up, and there's a bit of veg in the bottom drawers to be used up. We had a gammon last night for dinner, and that's the meat left from it, which will be used for lunches and etc. this week, and be added to a few other things. A little bit cooked beetroot left. Yeah, and I did get yogurt made this week. So, right, on the shopping list, I've got ground coffee that I need to pick up this week, and some frozen sweet corn. I'll explain that in a minute. Right, for our meals this week, we got gammon and roast veg, which we had last night, burgers, chips and coleslaw at some point this week, chili con carne that we're having this evening. I'm doing a creamy chicken and green beans, which is a keto recipe that I found. We've got some buffalo steak there to get used, and we've got chops. It'll either be pork or goat, whichever ones I pull out. And of course all the usual stuff which is ready to harvest and be used with our meals. And new on there this week, we have got sprouts, but there's no mad rush to use them. They'll be fine for quite a while yet. On the other board, Right, hang on, I've got the fluorescent light there shining right on it. Right, at the top, tomatoes. I found a recipe that I'm going to try to use up with our tomatoes that we got there. A frozen veg, as you can see it's under the preserve list, and I'll explain that in a second. Curry sauce. I've seen a good curry sauce recipe, or it looks good, and it's from Don't Crop Me Now. So I'm going to give that a try this week. I've still got vanilla extract to do. The pickled cucumber is on the go today. I'm going to get some more coleslaw done this week, and frozen fruit, I'm pulling that out the freezer as well. Still got sloes to forage. I've got my garlic and onions now. They've all arrived, so I can get them planted out. And I've still got a few things that I want to try and get sown. So on the frozen veg, frozen fruit, what I plan to do is, let me flip this. What I plan to do is, I've lost my train of thought now. What do I plan to do? Right, frozen veg, frozen fruit. Yeah, as I showed you, we had I had a bit of a disaster regarding the sweet corn this year. So I'm going to buy in some bags of frozen sweet corn, but I really don't want to be filling up the freezers any more than what they're full. I'm seriously still trying to reduce down one of the freezers to get rid of it. So I'm going to can up the frozen sweet corn. Again, it was somebody I saw or read about doing that, and yeah, so, and sweet corn, we generally just use it when we're doing things like chowder, things like that. So having it in the cans ready will be quite good. And I'm going to do the same with the frozen fruit that's in the freezers. I'm going to pull all of that out and I'm going to get it canned up so it can be used for yogurts, etc. Because when it sits in the freezer frozen, it doesn't tend to get used. Unless I have something specific in mind that I'm going to pull it out for. So having it in the jars ready as a ready prepared fruit that we can add to yogurts, etc. So that's my plans for that. So that's brought me more or less up to date with this week. And going forward into next week. So yeah, so I've got a couple of videos planned. I've got the pickled cucumber, the coleslaw, the curry sauce from Don't Crop Me Now, which is another good UK YouTube channel. I'm very much into promoting our YouTube British creators. Because it is a lot more relevant to us, and I do think everybody needs as much help as what they can at the moment. So yeah, so I'm going to wrap that up there, and I'll catch up with you through the week on various videos, and next weekend with our following week's update. So, oh, and yes, I did go into town. I didn't do any food shop. Did I do a food shop? No, I didn't do a food shop. We went into town to get the air fryer. And of course, Martin was with me because we were looking at kitchen stuff while we were out. He did pick himself up some bread when we were in Iceland getting the air fryer. Because I don't eat bread anymore. But he picked himself up some bread, so I didn't have bread to make this week. And he also picked himself up a load of chocolate biscuits. What's he like, eh? So with all the bits that he picked up and the discount on the air fryer, so that was discount on everything, so there's a bit more money in the little savings jar. Oh, There we go, a bit more cash in there. But yeah, this week I will be going down to get some ground coffee and some sweet corn. So I'll catch up with you again soon. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and if you like these videos, if you hit like as well, it does help the algorithms or whatever it is on YouTube to get videos seen. So take care. Bye bye.